The ultimate fishing experience is brought to you by Lund Boats. This week on the ultimate fishing experience, we're going off the deep end for largemouth bass. As summer progresses into fall, portions of the largemouth bass population often follow schools of prey out of the shallows and weed flats in favor of deeper haunts. In many cases, these can be the largest bass in the system, heavily schooled and ripe for the plucking.
That'll do it. Might be bigger than the one I caught. Man, he smacked that thing.
Unlike the visual cues available when fishing in shallow water, deep water structure must be read and interpreted using your electronics. Once you locate key holding areas, you're able to place effective presentations where bass live.
Nice fish, nice bass. Throwing that Niko Rig.
Following this big bass movement to their outer limits, we join Scott Glorvigen and his son Adam as they explain some of their favorite tactics for catching largemouth bass beyond the weed line. So it's time to power up the GPS, tie on your best deep water bassin rigs, and scour beyond the break line for bass of the abyss.
You know, it's not where you start the race, it's where you finish, and I think I finished pretty good.
Well, we're gonna go do a little bit of fun fishing today. I've got my son Adam, third generation of a Lund boat fisherman, and Adam has a young family, him and his wife and their daughter Peyton. She's 3 years old and they got another one on the way. And also as Adam gotten older here, to see if he really's paid attention over the years as we fish, because a lot of times he's always been in the back of the boat. He's never been running the boat, but and he always gets a little bit mouthy about how he's a better fisherman than Dad, but we'll see if that holds true.
It's funny, we used to, when I was younger, every time we'd go out fishing, we'd always bet a quarter on the first, a quarter on the biggest, and a quarter on the most. Well, usually every day I'd end up with 75 cents in my pocket, so we'll see if we can do it again.
Now, he actually thought he was winning, but I was trying to instill in him was how to do math with money. So he learned how to get up to 75 cents. I'd let him win each time, but we're gonna go out and have some fun in the 1675 crossover and see if we can catch a few bass, and maybe Adam can earn another 75 cents.
Okay, we're almost to the spot here. Now, as you can see how generalized the map is, and it shows this bar is just kind of a round spot, and as I remember it, years ago, the bar kind of is a little bit more narrow. So we're gonna map it to the SD card. We'll go down here to log sonar, because that's what we're doing. Enter, and then it says start logging, and you simply go over to that, hit enter, and you see this upper corner here, there's a little red dot, almost like you'd see on a little video camera or whatever that we're actually recording. We're gonna just kind of what I call mow the lawn, go back and forth over this piece of structure and just see exactly what it looks like by doing our own customized mapping. Now it starts to fall off there. We're going to hit enter, enter again. We saved another waypoint. And actually, with the use of waypoints or icons, I can actually build a specific picture on how that looks. Now, being that we're recording the sonar imagery and we're going to build our own custom map, we'll take that back and load that up on the computer and do our custom map, and then we'll put it back in here. And when we come back out on the water again, it'll show us all the specific contour lines in this particular area.
Lowrance Insight Genesis is a custom mapping solution that takes your on-the-water recorded sonar logs and converts the data to high-resolution contour maps. This is great for lakes where mapping doesn't exist or where the existing maps lack detail. The process is easy. Survey the area of interest by crossing it while recording a sonar log to an SD card. When you get home, sign up for the free Insight Genesis online account, then upload the data to the Genesis cloud, which automatically creates a custom map. You can then view online and download the map for use. Bottom hardness and vegetation data provides key additional information for bass fishermen and can help you determine exactly what fish are relating to, be it rock or weed, and good presentation options based on this info.
You can do a little jump there. What you got there? Look at that. Oh, that's a nice crappie.
That works out.
Yeah. Oh, that's a decent fish. Real chunko. Hey, Ads, you want to see what the fish looks like? Huh?
Okay.
Now that's the first and the biggest, so I'm up on you 50 cents at least. All right, we'll get this back in the water. Okay, there we go. All right, nice fish. There he goes. You know, that's why it's important when you out mapping a spot is put down waypoints on key spots. That way you have a reference. And we started on the inside and we weren't getting bit, so we went out to that very first waypoint mark that we put down, and bam, the fish were there. So little tools like that can help you stay on top of fish.
Closed captioning brought to you by Mercury Marine, #1 on the water.
Okay, Ads, we're gonna slide right back through the same spot. Yeah, there's Mark. There's a lot of fish down there. There we go. Don't lose them.
Yeah, he jinxed me on that one.
Huh? Don't lose them.
There's a nice one.
That's a nice bass.
That's a nice bass. Perfect.
Careful, don't lose them. I'd hate to see you lose that quarter. You need the net? Huh? Are you sure you don't need the net? I used to do that when you were a kid all the time. That way you wouldn't get mad when you lost them at the boat. Oh, darn. Look at that.
We're on the board. That'll do it.
Board, it might be bigger than the one I caught.
Man, he smacked that thing.
It's nice to see you're catching fish because otherwise you kind of pout like Uncle Mark.
Now I decided to go something a little bit different than my father. Went to kind of a standard just jig worm, put a little bit heavier jig on that. You know, I always got to switch up, got to be different. I can't follow him and do everything he does. I got to try something different for myself to see if I can catch a little bit more fish. So good fish, we'll let him go now and see if we can get another one.
It's nice to know you're thinking on your own.
Always. All right, Dad, now it's on. We'll see who gets the quarters by the end of the day.
You know, you're starting to remind me of your Uncle Mark.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'll take it for now.
I'm not going to tell you we're marking a bunch of fish here, but we are, so get ready. They're sitting right on this spot. There he is. See, get the kid out of the front seat and we get onto some fish. There's a nice bass. Oh, nice largemouth. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
You got a quarter because if I get this fish in, you owe me one.
All right.
Nice largemouth. Get him over here. Come here, you bugger. Open your mouth up. There you go. Nice little chunky largie. See that? He really ate that drop shot rig. Nice little chunky bass. Now we moved out to the tip of the break adjacent to the deep water, and I'll let him go because I know I'm going to catch another one. But you see how I've got this rigged up? I've got a pencil weight here. Simply goes in and the line just locks into the top of the to the drop shot weight, and then I've got about, like I said, 15 inches, 16 inches a leader, and I'm using a drop shot hook here. It happens to be a VMC one, but it's a spin shot hook, I believe is what they call it, and I tie a knot to there, and then I just thread the worm on like that, so I get lots of action on the tail and those fish react to it. So there you go, Adam. There's your tip for the day. Hope you can catch a fish and at least get one of your quarters back. Marking some fish down there, Adam, so I want to give you every opportunity I can to help you catch fish. Oh, there's one. You want to come up here? Here. This feels like a better, oh, lost him.
Getting cocky now.
Uh-huh. Oh, he's back. You know, when you're little, I used to let you come up. You want to reel this one in?
You got it.
Huh? Good fish. Good fish. You know what was amazing there? I lost it. As opposed to reeling up and checking my bait, I just dropped it right back down and boom, we hit it again. Coming up a little bit. Starting to show himself. Sure, look at that nice bass, isn't he? Ooh. You know, I don't want you to give up, Ads. Keep fishing, you know. There's more. Look at that. That's a good one, huh? Look at that baby. Hooked right in the nose. There you go. Ah. That one, without a doubt, is the biggest of the day so far, Ads. Look at that fish. Barely
Nice one.
hooked him right in the snout. That's a nice chunk of largemouth. What do you think, Ads? How big? I'll let you guess.
Oh, 4 pounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't go 4, but he's a nice fish.
What a chunk one.
There she goes. Yeah, I gotta get re-rigged here through that worm. Now, Ads, why don't you come up and run the boat while I get re-rigged? That way I give you a fair shot at getting at these fish first. So I'll change spots with you, all right?
All right.
Okay.
They are schooled up in there.
They are. You see all them fish marked up there?
Yeah.
When you get on that very top spot, they seem to be on the right side of it. And we're out on the end of the bar there, and you can feel the rock as you drag the weight across the bottom. And one thing I like to do, I'm using a braided line here, and that really telegraphs what that bottom contour is like. So what I like to do is drag it a little bit and then just hold it still in one spot, reel down a little bit, shake it, and then just drag it a little bit farther. You can cover a lot of water this way, but you don't want to do it too quickly. You just want to keep that bait on the bottom, using all your tools to help you figure out how and what those fish want is really important.
There we go.
Got him? You can catch fish. I'm impressed. Got one behind you, Ads. Small one. Run the boat and catch fish at the same time. I've taught you well.
Not a huge one, but I'll take it. A little smaller, but it's numbers that count right now. That's for sure.
There we go. Are you keeping count, Adam?
Of course.
Today, Adam and I are fishing in the Lund crossover, and this is a great family fishing boat. There's a couple neat features that really make this thing special. One is the deep cockpit. It's safe, it's comfortable for a family to be in. It's got the flip-up seats. The other thing, if you want to go tubing and skiing, you can get the optional ski pylon in the back, and you can keep those skis and tow ropes in the in-floor rod storage compartment, which works great for obviously rod storage as well. From a fishing perspective, this boat gives you lots of space, lots of deck space to stand on. You can see up front here, we've got lots of storage space. Also, you can put the boat cushions up in the front that you can sit on if your family's out just tooling around. The other thing about this boat, it gives you plenty of space to mount your electronics and your trolling motors. If you're looking for a boat that does it all for your family when it comes to fun and fishing on the water, look at the line of Lund crossovers. You'll be happy you did. Today we're running the 115 Merc 4-stroke, and the mid-range performance of this boat is really good, and there's a reason for it. It's called the X7 Spitfire Prop. This is a stainless steel prop that's designed to give performance in that mid-range horsepower, and there's some really neat things about this prop and why it makes this boat run so well. One, it's a smaller diameter, but also the X7 is made out of a Merc alloy, unique to Mercury outboards. But with the 4 blades, what it does, with the rake and the cup on the blade, it gives the boat a much better hole shot. It gives it greater performance as well as higher speed. So if you're looking to enhance the performance of your mid-range outboard, look at the X7 Spitfire stainless steel prop from Mercury. Whoa,
There you go.
there we go, good one. Throwing that Niko Rig. Kind of nice to just kind of pound it there, and there's a nice fish. and that rocks, the one thing you can kind of do, the way that rig is set up with the weight on the bottom, is you can kind of lift it up and drop it, and it kind of stays in place, versus a jig where it might move off the spot. It's been really effective, especially in cover where you've got weeds and rock, and that's a real nice largemouth. Hey, you're doing a good job, Ads, keeping me on the spot. Now all I have to do is focus in on fishing versus worrying about you there up there when you're in the back. So I'll give you a passing grade as a guide. So there we go. Real chunko. Just switching like that. You can see that pinned him right in the upper corner of the mouth. Get him out of here. We'll get him off there. Nice fish. Nice bass. Get him back here in the water here. Let me show you a little bit about this Niko Rig and how we rig it on our line. And basically I'm running a leader tied to my braid. And you can use any style of plastic you want. I'm happen to use just a Senko type bait right now. And if you notice it, what I've done here is I've got a rubber ring on it just to minimize losing the plastic. And then there's a weight that goes in the bottom, a stick weight if you will. But all I do is just slide it into the end of the plastic. And then the hook, and you can run a weedless hook like I have here, or you can run a straight hook. But you can see how I run the hook through the skin of the Senko here, and then out. Make sure you're underneath the rubber ring, and then that's set up weedless like that. And you can see how that hangs. The line is away from the tail so it doesn't interfere with the tail, and then the hook being pointed up. When that fish grabs it, I'm driving the point of that hook up into the fish's mouth. When you drag it across the bottom, it really shakes and shimmies, almost like you're doing a shaky head or a drop shot rig. So, and you're all set with your Niko Rig. Got another one. Yes! There we go.
That's a nice one too.
Got him, Eds?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're putting the hurt on the old man now. Huh? Looks like a good one.
Sometimes the back of the boat pays off.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you gotta have a pretty good guide. Oh, that's a nice fish. Look at that fish. Oh, that's a good largemouth, Adam. Good fish. I'll be a nice guy and land him for you, all right?
Perfect.
Look at that big old fish here. Look at that. Nice.
Awesome.
Huh?
Awesome, awesome.
You know, you learn pretty darn good from the old man, huh?
Not too bad, huh?
All right, you hold that.
Perfect.
I'll get a couple pictures.
Looks like I'm catching up to you.
Well, you're getting there. You're getting there.
Slowly but surely. Not a bad fish, huh?
Now, if you get a bigger one, I'll give you some credit.
Okay, sounds good.
You know, it's early fall. In the water, it's still warm. It's 69 degrees, but the panfish are still holding up on the top of these bars, and the bass are moving out with them. And it's that time of year, you know, we're catching lots of fish, but 1 or 2 more days and a little bit cooler weather, and these fish could be gone. They'll move out to those deeper holes and start setting up in their fall spots. So when you're on them at this time of year, location is key, but remember, what you caught yesterday doesn't mean you're going to catch them in the same place, because this is the time of year when lots of things are starting to change, especially as the water temperature starts to fall and that sunlight isn't as long as it was early in the summer. There we go. You got one? That looks like a good one. I'll come and help you. It's like a good one, huh?
I think a solid one.
Solid? Want me to help him with you?
You know what? For this one, I might as well.
Okay, I'll get over here and see if I can hand land him for you without screwing it up. Like a good one, huh?
Looks like a solid one. Good hook set.
Oh, nice fish, nice fish.
There we go.
Yeah!
How about
Good
that?
job. You know, that's a beautiful bass. It's been a great day. I'll tell you what, let's call it a draw. That way your mother won't be mad.
All right, I guess we could say that.
Fair enough. That was awesome.
Sweet.
Good job.
Great fish, great fish.
Go ahead,
Look at
you
that.
take that fish. We'll get a picture of you with him. So
Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful bass, huh? You know, it's not where you start the race, it's where you finish, and I think I finished pretty good.
you know, it's important to share the tradition of fishing, but it's also important to teach others how to take care of the resources. One of the biggest threats we see to our natural resources is invasive species, and there's some simple things you can do to help protect the bodies of water that you fish from introducing an invasive species into those systems. And it's simple: clean, drain, and dry. First off, make sure you clean your trailer and boat off of any weeds. The other thing is drain your live wells, drain your transom of the boat by removing the plug, and the key thing is drying the boat completely. If you remove the moisture and you dry everything up, odds are you will kill any of those invasive species that may be on your boat, in the trailer, or in the live well. So clean, drain, and dry, make sure you pass it on. So for generations to come, we have great resources to enjoy.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.